Tired of screwing up, tired of going down, tired of myself, tired of this town.
Eminent Waste of Time, episode 25. I'm Doug.
And I'm Chad.
We're getting really, really dangerously close to our 30-episode goal.
That was your goal. I'm going right on.
No, that means we're done, right? We quit.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I don't know. People better start asking for us to keep going if they want us to keep going.
We're begging for reviews right now. I think what it means is we just had really lame goals and have exceeded them already, or we're going to.
Like I said then, if you set your goals low enough, you'll always achieve. I would hope we've gotten better at this whole podcast thing over time.
We've made more of them. I don't know if they're better.
I don't know if we've gotten any better.
We're still cranking them out. Hey, people are saying they want the hour format and they want it weekly.
Yep. We actually had some people on Friday. They contacted me. Are like, why? There's no podcast. You know, the weeping and gnashing of teeth has begun. And
it's become a bigger and bigger part of our lives, and I just needed more time. I mean,
yeah,
that's what it comes down to.
It does take time. Somebody suggested, well, don't do the videos, and they're trying to like save us time, and we appreciate the comments, but
I don't mind spending the time. I kind of enjoy it. I just doing a recording on a Wednesday and having it ready to go out like at 6 a.m. Friday morning. That's a really tight schedule,
and that means you have to edit it either the same night, and then you have to upload it the next day. I mean, you really only have 24 hours to get it out.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, if I don't get to it Wednesday night, it just doesn't get done. That's what it comes down to, because I have to upload Thursday. There's no option, otherwise it doesn't come out on time. So this gives us some breathing room, and I don't mind doing the work. We just had to have a little bit of a gap in there.
Yep. So, yeah, it's good. I think it'll be fine.
So how's your week been?
So far?
Yeah.
It's been a long week today.
Really? One of those, huh?
Yeah. It wasn't bad. Just dealing with regular work junk and vendors that when you spend $12 million with them, you'd think you'd get hardware that works. Whatever.
Yeah, I kind of had the same thing with another vendor. I won't go into boring tech detail, but I spec'd one specific thing. Here's what I need. And they gave me back something really expensive that didn't fit the bill.
Yeah.
Like, thanks for that.
Yeah, we've been fighting the same problem for, what month? 4 months now.
Ah, good times.
No, not good times. It's
well,
horrible.
I was a little disappointed. Today is actually, I think the 21st is the official first day of spring.
Correct.
Yeah, so we had snow on the ground. Why not?
Yeah. Well, this morning it was like traffic jams and everything else. And
everyone
snow.
forgot how to drive.
Well, they never knew how. I mean,
yeah, I guess not. But I was just amazed. We've had an entire winter of this. You'd think something would have stuck, but we got that warm up and it was 60 degrees and sunny, and everyone...
Their brains melted with the last snow.
They like completely offloaded everything they knew about winter driving. And then when it happened this morning, yeah, it got bad in a hurry.
Yeah. But then this afternoon, beautiful. It's like, what, 47, something like that?
Well, you remember from living up north, it applied more up there than it does down here. But if you don't like the weather, just wait 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It'll be different.
Yeah. No, I mean... By, I don't know, midday, the sun was out. Most of the snow was melted. And by the afternoon, when I left work, it's like 47 degrees and sunny. I'm like, this isn't half bad.
Yeah. It's finally going to start acting like spring, I think, next week is what they're talking about. It's finally going to be steady in the 50s every day.
I don't know. I saw a weather forecast, and this goes right along with one of the things on the list. The IXCR race is this weekend, and one of the guys is... talking about, he posted in there that they're expecting 5 to 8 inches of snow.
Okay, where is that race? Because I haven't seen anything in the forecast that...
I mean, it's reasonably local. It's in Indiana, but I don't remember the exact location.
All right.
Because we don't run the IXCR series, so...
I'm looking at weather right now.
A lot of other people were posting, no, it's not going to do that. Now, there's like chances of rain and...
Saturday is snow with brief sleet, 34 degrees.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome. And there's it says 100% chance. So that's happening evidently. And then Sunday, the 25th, is mostly sunny and 40. But it's not going to get up till 40 until 2, 3 in the afternoon. So all the AM races are going to be like 25 degrees and really, really unpleasant.
Saturday's going to suck.
Yeah,
for them. I mean,
honestly, overall, the only good race is going to be the PM race on Sunday. Everything else is going to be junk.
yeah. So
Well, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, yeah.
It sounds like the MWXC race last year.
Yeah, there were some pictures from our favorite photographer. That word's hard to say because it's not spelled with an F. It's photography. Anyway, Penny posted some pictures from last year, and it just looked cold just looking at them because it was mud and wet and some snow and frost on the ground in the morning, and it was. I remember that when it was down like 15 or 17 degrees.
It was just a whole lot of no fun.
Yeah, no good.
We froze up that water line in the camper. So and the worst part about it was I'd taken a shower on Friday like normal. We went straight out to the race. I mean, I had to leave from work, basically throw everything I had packed in the truck.
Yep.
Hitch up and get out of there as fast as I could. Got down there Friday evening, set up camp. Saturday morning was our first morning there. We wanted to be up early and around, so didn't take a shower Saturday morning. We were so exhausted Saturday night, we basically went back to the camper, ate dinner at like 9 or 9:30 at night, and then just passed out.
Fell down.
And so Sunday morning, I thought, I'm going to treat myself to a nice hot shower. No.
Sucker.
The only water line that had frozen, ironically, was the hot water line. The cold was fine. And so
cold shower. Whee!
So I didn't take a shower Sunday morning. And I basically opened up on the opposite side of the bathroom in that camper. There was the bunk beds in the back. And underneath that bed was where the water lines went through. And it was kind of an outside access storage you could get in.
Which is why it froze.
So I went ahead and just popped the hatch open, pulled the mattress up, popped the hatch open, and let it thaw out. And by noon, it had thawed enough that I actually finally got my hot shower.
Yeah, that was a cold one.
I started to feel human at that point.
Yeah, it happens. So
I'm just, I'm thinking about though, 5 to 8 inches of snow sounds like fun in a UTV.
Yep. I don't think it'd be bad.
Marginally less fun on an ATV, although still fun.
Yeah.
I don't know about a dirt bike, man. That sounds horrible.
It suck. I don't think it's going to get cold enough for the ground to freeze, so it won't be that bad as long as the ground's semi-soft under there.
And they're not going to get 5 to 8. But if they did, could you imagine riding through 5 to 8 inches of snow on a dirt bike when it's soft and squishy underneath? Because it won't freeze it up.
Yeah.
No.
The ATVs, they'll have, if they got that, I'm saying a big if, because I don't think they actually will.
No.
They would have a little bit of problem with traction because really the skid plates would want to push the ATV up and it'll take some of your traction away.
Yeah.
Side-by-sides are heavy enough, plus most of them have at least 10 to 12 inches of ground clearance. I know a lot of them advertise 12, 13 inches of ground clearance. Most guys run smaller tires and soften their shocks, and I mean we're sitting down a little bit more than your stock one.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's still, they're just going to push right through that snow. That's not going to be an issue. But it'd be fun.
Yeah, I was going to say, honestly, it would be a lot of fun. I would rather, if it's going to be cold and nasty, might as well have some snow to play in.
Yeah, sleet, not so much fun.
No, it's just rain that hurts.
Yeah,
even more than normal.
I'm wondering if that stuff hangs on throughout the whole day, what does sleet do to the track?
I don't know. I mean, if it's anything like we had around here, I don't know, was it it was yesterday morning.
Yeah.
The ground was just kind of covered, but it was like ball bearings.
Yeah.
And it was just everywhere.
Yeah. We'll see. I don't think they're going to get near as much snow as what they're talking about. Hopefully the weather is decent. So, whatever.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
We will report on that next week whenever it actually happens.
So I finally watched the Dirt Every Day episode with the Yamaha X4.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay, let's get your opinion first, because it's been months since I've seen it.
It was not a good show.
No, it wasn't a good show. Like, as far as very entertaining.
No, and they didn't really. So it wasn't really a good show in terms of being entertaining, but it wasn't a good show in terms of giving you any kind of
useful information
about the X4. Other than that,
they liked it.
Yeah, they thought it was fun. They kept talking about, look, we're doing normal people things, and all I could think was every UTV owner I know is far from normal. That's
Yeah.
why they own UTVs in the first place.
Yeah.
No offense to any of our listeners, or I don't care, take offense. You know it's true.
Me. No, the reason I put that on there was because these guys, it was Fred and what's the other guy's name? It's slipping my mind. Fred and the other guy, whatever. Him, Dave. Fred and Dave.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle.
There.
Not the comedian, though. He's got the same last name.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a Dave Chappelle, the comedian, you're watching the wrong show.
Yeah. But Fred and Dave, they're truck guys. They do off-roading in trucks.
Yeah, so basically everything they have has 44-inch tires on it.
Yeah. So Yamaha gave them or let them use, whatever happened, a Wolverine, the X4. And it was really their first experience with the UTV at all. And the thing that kind of got me was these are guys that are used to big trucks with, like Doug said, 44-inch tires or whatever. And they were thoroughly impressed with where the UTV would go. Like they were saying,
almost like it was built for that.
I know that. You and I know that. But what I'm saying is these are people that only had exposure to trucks. So they're used to, it takes 44-inch tires to go these places, and it takes all this horsepower to go these places. And I think my reason for putting it on there was more to say the Wolverine X4, it's not a massive engine.
No.
It's, I don't know how many horsepower it has. Not the highest, for sure.
I want to say the new variant is high 60s.
Yeah. So 60-something, we'll say 70 horse, whatever it is. And it's got like 26-inch tires. And it's going everywhere that they said that they were even saying that their big trucks would have problems going. It was going. So that just shows how much thought and how well they're building the new UTVs, that they're doing things that these big truck guys are amazed at that are running like 44s and 500 horsepower.
I think a lot of the things that big truck guys, build up these trucks don't take into account is weight. You have to push that thing up a hill.
Yeah.
So if it's big and heavy, you can throw all the horsepower you want at it. It's it doesn't equal the lightweight and the nimbleness of a UTV. It just doesn't. But I think part of the reason they build these really big machines is because they were, in this episode at least, kind of running more in the woods.
Yeah.
But they live out in California, so a lot of what they're doing is more rock climbing and desert type of stuff. And you do need the ground clearance, and you do need the big tires. I mean, you're not going to take that X4 through a lot of what they take these big rock buggies that they've built, purpose-built for it. And that seems to be a lot of what they do. But yeah, I mean, when you get out into more neutral terrain, woods and mud and that kind of stuff, they're every bit as capable, if not more so. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we've had that on the list for a long time, so I guess we can check that one off. But that was my point.
It wasn't a bad episode, but I mean, they did a lot of goofball stuff. Like they wanted to take a boat with them so they could go fishing. And so they take a boat and they slap a bigger axle underneath it with, that's got 5 lug on it, and find a set of rims off of a Ford and put some, 33-inch all-terrains on it or mud tires.
Yeah.
And then they're driving like hooligans, so they hook it on a tree and bend the axle. I mean, just
destroying stuff.
Yeah, just goofball stuff.
And then when they get there, the lake's frozen, so they can't fish.
They're out there on the lake.
On a frozen lake
in
the boat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where they leave it.
Yeah. So, I mean, it wasn't an amazing episode, but I
don't know what I was
expecting
from the episode, but I didn't get it, whatever it was. It wasn't terrible. I just, yeah. You didn't get much out of it in terms of, I was expecting maybe a little more thoughtful, maybe that was the wrong thing to expect, but a little more thoughtful comparison between that and some of the vehicles they had and that kind of stuff.
No, they didn't do that.
That just didn't happen at all. Because they do that on some of the Dirt Every Days.
Yeah, they didn't give any specs on it. They didn't talk about it at all. Like, this is a Yamaha X4 and we're putting lights on it and a CB or whatever they did, and that was it.
And that was it.
Yeah.
But I mean, on the flip side, they did the episode where he has a white Jeep. It's just a plain Jane white Jeep, so he calls it Tube Sock. And they dump a Cummins 4-cylinder in there. It's a crate motor from Cummins.
Yeah.
It's like a 2-liter, maybe a 2.5-liter, something like that.
Yeah.
And they go out and put it through the paces, and they do a lot of technical, it's kind of a more in-depth episode, and they do a lot of, talking about how they were going to do it and comparisons, and they actually did a fuel economy test, versus some other Jeeps that had gasoline motors in it, and really got kind of technical. So I was hoping for a little more of that.
But I don't think they know anything about UTVs, so I think that's where
the wheels fell off.
Yeah,
I can see that. Anyways, it was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this since we're on the motor. You can find Dirt Every Day on YouTube, but if you have a Motor Trend On Demand subscription, you get the episodes. I think it's 30 days earlier, and you get a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff. And Motor Trend On Demand is becoming basically like a YouTube for car people.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of content. They keep adding new stuff. And I don't know if you'd seen this, but Aaron Kaufman from Fast and Loud,
Yep.
he's got a new show on there called Shifting Gears.
Okay.
And so picture Fast and Loud without all the drama and stupid stuff.
Sounds nice.
Because he's really...
Low key.
Yeah, he is. And he's really, honestly, a car guy.
Yeah.
He's a huge Ford truck fanatic. Like, encyclopedic knowledge of Ford trucks.
Huh.
So he got kind of tired of the production schedule, and he couldn't build what he wanted to because they have to kick shows out the door. So he wanted to do better cars, and he wanted to do more with them. And you know how it is. You can't do that. The money isn't getting shows out every week.
Yeah.
So he kind of got fed up, and now he's got a deal where he can take a little bit lower pace on it and do what he wanted to do.
Well, you know that Discovery Channel owns Motor Trend now.
Yeah.
So
I think, in fact, I think his show airs on Discovery, but you can stream it through Motor Trend On Demand.
yeah, they've been bought. So I mean, who knows what that'll do to the episodes that or the series that they have going, but.
Well,
Still some good stuff.
It just came out though,
Oh.
so I think it's a
Yeah,
Discovery.
his will be fine, but I mean
Yeah.
others.
Yeah, there's been some talk about that, like Roadkill and some of the other ones. Are they going to go commercial? Are they going to lose their feel? And
We'll see.
I mean, at the end of the day, people are going to follow the money, so
Yep.
it is what it is. But I just thought it was interesting. He's got his own show now, so I liked a lot of what they did. And he, like you said, he's kind of a mellow car guy.
Yeah.
Now you just get him without all the other. There's no wrench throwing and scripted drama, and I mean,
No running your hands through greasy hair and yelling "woo."
woo, yeah.
I'm not doing that in the mic. I won't do that to our fine listeners.
You know, if you grew your hair out a little bit,
not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. My hair drives me nuts when it gets long. What I call long now. Like I've got to get this thing cut. So whatever. Anyway,
and who cuts your hair?
well, I went this time and
You
got
did?
it cut. Yeah.
I thought it looked better.
Thanks.
I was gonna say you got your hair cut. Why does it not look this bad?
I don't care. Dude, I'm married. I work in IT. I'm like, I'll be 38 this year, gray. I don't care anymore. I've given up on the whole looking like a normal human thing. I cut my own hair
This is the hand I've been
because
dealt.
I don't have time to go sit at a place. I had the day off Friday, so I'm like, I'll go do what normal people do. I'll go get a haircut.
And right around my UTV.
Nope. Didn't
Oh wait,
do that.
you don't have one anymore.
It's
Segway.
gone. The
was-
CF Moto is gone. We're not going to say where it went because I don't want to. And
It's gone to a better place.
it has gone to a better place.
Arguably, any place where we can drive it through the woods is a better place.
It's safer there. But no, it is moved on.
So we've been dangling people for a while on the UTV search,
Yes, we have.
and there's been some teasers that you jumped on a bulldozer and widened your paths out a little bit.
Yes, I did.
So maybe that's kind of a hint of things to come.
Yes, it is. So, as a lot of you guys know, I was debating between the Double X, the Textron Arctic Cat Double X when it comes out, and the Polaris XP Turbo. Textron's delayed again, and from everything that I've talked to, the dealer up where I was going to get it, which is Harrison Power Sports up there, they've been great. It's not their fault at all. They also suspect that it's going to push dates again. Like, this is kind of their MO. It's just going to keep pushing the delivery date for them. And I am just not going to keep waiting on them. And
When I think Chad Shoemaker, I think abundance of patience.
yeah, right. Yeah, right. Why don't you tell the truth for once? Because there is nothing patient about.
No, there's
No.
really not. In
No.
fact, we had a discussion about video games. I bought Just Cause 3 for my Xbox One a couple days ago, a week ago. And so I told you about it.
Yeah.
Because you had the older one, Just Cause 2, for the 360. So I said, you know what? From what I remember seeing of 2, because I never owned it, this one's even better. And so we were talking a little bit about it today. And it came down to, you're talking about, I don't know if we were talking about whether they swear a ton, because you and I kind of have an aversion to, you can make a good game without them dropping the F-bomb every other word.
Sentence, yeah.
And so they don't really swear in this one, which is kind of refreshing.
Yeah.
And so you said, well, maybe they do in the cutscenes, but I'm skipping all those because I just want to get back to the action. I've watched every cutscene because I want to know what's going on in the story, and you don't care.
I'm the complete opposite. I'm like, story, man, whatever. Chaos, blow something up. Whee!
There you go. Just another way we're not at all alike.
So, yeah.
But
anyway, back to it. I am going with the XP Turbo.
It's official.
It is official.
Your mind is fixed.
My mind
cannot be
is
swayed.
made up. I don't even have a UTV, and I've already bought another intercom system for one. The old one went away with the machine, and I had the option to keep it, but the old one didn't have an input for music, and I'm going to set it up with some music to listen to. So
Yeah, and it leaves that big ugly hole in the dash and yada, yada, yada.
whatever.
Yeah.
So, but I already bought another one, and I don't even have a UTV. So if all goes right, I should have it by the time this airs. If it doesn't go right, then I won't. We'll figure something else out.
Well, like I said, this weekend I will get that bearing fixed and repacked on the trailer so that you are good to go on Monday. Because as much as I would really like to go down there with you on Monday, I've already taken Thursday and Friday off because we're heading up north to see family.
Yep.
And I can't swing it.
You can. You choose not to.
I'm choosing to not jeopardize my employment. Yes.
Will you get fired for taking your vacation days?
Probably not, but it's kind of short notice, and I don't know. I've always like towed a fine line with that. I'm a workaholic. Is what it comes down to.
Dude, I'm there at 7 a.m. and I mean, I put in more hours than anybody else. Most.
So you know where I'm coming from.
I do, but I'm going to get mine.
Well, no, you should, but you plan for that. So
yeah,
it's just not gonna work out. I got too much junk that needs done that week before I leave.
Fair enough. I'll just go get it myself, and then it'll be here, and I can play with it.
Yes.
So no, I'm looking forward to it. I'll take some pictures and I'll post it on Facebook and all that stuff. I probably won't bother doing like a Facebook Live or anything like that, simply because it's a bit of a drive. I tried to get one from a local dealer. They are insane. I can't deal with them.
What was the final price difference?
Over $3,000 difference.
Identical machine.
Identical. Absolutely identical. And over $3,000 difference. And I mean, I'm all for supporting your local dealer, but not at $3,000 difference.
There's a point at which that becomes insane. Now you'll still go back to them for
oils
and parts and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I have no problem with them, like, as a dealership. I mean, if you can't be reasonably competitive.
Yeah, there's no way.
So
no.
And I'm not saying you got to be within $100. I mean, man, you get me within $1,000, I'll pay the $1,000. I don't care. But no.
That's a really big gap. You can drive to Tennessee and back, which is where you're heading.
Yep. I am going to
quite
Tennessee.
a few times for $3,000.
Yep. I could. So I will be heading to Tennessee, I believe, on Monday to pick it up. And
I really want to go. I'm going to ask my boss tomorrow if he's going to be really upset.
He's going to have the day off.
I mean, I know he'll say yes because I'm in good there. It's not like I'm on the ropes or, probation or something. But as long as it doesn't interfere with anybody, I kind of can't not go.
Okay.
I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm like, I got to go.
Okay, you might as well go. I'm going.
Well, then we can film some stuff, and if there's any hijinks or hilarity, it gives us fodder.
Yeah, there's always hijinks and hilarity.
Yeah, whenever we do something, it's usually not completely good.
Oh.
Something will happen.
I'm already looking at accessories. I'm like, well, let's see. How would I build my roll cage? And I need to build bumpers and doors and...
And.
Yeah, it just keeps going. So...
Of course, we kind of know a guy who does some
doors.
pretty nice doors.
Yeah. May have to talk to him. He might be from Russia. He might be one of our sponsors.
It might be utv-doors.com. And you should shop there too.
And he might just make the best doors I've ever seen.
There's no might about the last one.
Yeah.
He definitely does.
So, yep. So that's kind of mine's made up. I guess the real tipping point was the push by Textron on their dates. It just didn't line up with when I was going to get one. And it's really hard to argue with 168 horsepower.
Really, a lot of times we talk about horsepower to weight. You were interested in horsepower to cash.
Well, and horsepower to weight. I mean, it all
Both.
factored in, yes. But
horsepower to cash, there was a
horsepower to
pretty big
cash,
gap.
you can't beat that Razor. Even the X3, which I absolutely love, you just can't get them for a decent price like you can the Razor.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Polaris has the I almost tried to put two words together, the capacity to produce more UTVs, I think, than anybody else out there.
Yep.
And Can-Am, while they're outstanding machines, the dealers can't keep them on the showroom floor, so they don't have any incentive to cut deals.
Right.
If
'Cause
you
they got
don't
a
want to
line
pay it,
stacked.
the next guy behind you's got money in his hand.
Right.
Polaris is kind of in that we're making a ton of them, and we're just going to compete solely on price.
Yeah. And the X3, even the $20,000 one, is still only 120 horsepower. This is 168 for less money. And I'm not going to say how much less money till I get it in my hand, but
Yeah. It's, again, hard to argue with.
it's just hard to argue with it. And really, the thing that I like about the X3 with the reclined seating position and how you're kind of enveloped in it is the thing that doesn't make it work well for me around here. And it makes a Razor work amazingly well. They're easy to get in and out of.
Yep.
And the X3 is harder to get in and out of. And that's one of the reasons why I looked at, if I was going to go with a Can-Am product, was I looked at the Maverick, the original Mavericks.
It's a little more your quote-unquote traditional seating arrangement.
Right. They were easier to get in and out of. Even the Mavericks, though, if you get the turbo, they still don't have the horsepower, 130 horse.
Yeah, and that's turbocharged.
Yeah.
And if you look at a turbo Maverick, you're still kissing 20, aren't you?
Yeah, and even used, you're in the 16, 17 range. I mean, it's just hard to argue with Polaris's prices. Now, I hope it's the machine that I hope it's going to be for me and not like this colossal train wreck.
I probably don't have the time to do this before this airs, but because we've got hours and hours and hours of podcasts, but I so want to go back through all the old podcasts and just pull out the
snippets,
the Polaris hate, and just play them back to back to back and shove them in this podcast.
I will eat crow on this. I will fully admit it.
Next thing I know, you're going to have an iMac
Polaris tattoo.
If you do, I'm filming that. You're going to have an iPhone and Apple laptop, and
no, I won't.
You're going to drink you're going to drink $5 coffee.
No.
Okay, I know that's not true, but
I can't. No. Hey, I'm trying it out. I'm trying this machine out. I have bought things before. I went and bought a brand new motorcycle years ago that never rid it. Didn't know. I mean, read reviews. Everybody said it doesn't blow up when you first ride it. I'm like, good enough. I'm buying it. I mean, it was 12
Did you just
grand.
say never rid it?
Yeah.
I
It
think
had
you
never
did.
rid it. Yeah, whatever. English is
wrote it?
Wrote it, whatever.
Ridden it?
You be
Something
quiet.
Like that?
I'm not an English major. My wife's an English teacher. She's going to be mad when she
I was
hears
going to
that.
say that was.
I'm going to be.
That's where I was heading with
I'm
that.
going to be relaxing in my den or something, or working on something, and all of a sudden I'm going to hear, "Chad Allen, read it is not a word." Allen being my middle name.
Oh well, that's good that she doesn't just call you random names, although
Yeah.
she probably could.
Yeah, I might respond.
You wouldn't respond anyways. You don't respond to your name.
Nope. So, yep.
So
Going to
that's
get that.
happening.
Yep.
So that's Monday the 20-something-ish.
Yeah,
26,
I don't know.
whatever. It's a red letter day, though. It's
Yep.
pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I'm going to find a way to make this work.
Okay. You do that. I would love for you to go.
Yeah. I kind of feel like I need to.
Okay.
Not because I owe you anything but
whatever.
It just has to happen. I mean, this is kind of what we're doing.
Yeah.
If I'm not there for it, what kind of friend am I?
Not a very good one. I'll say that straight away.
And I'm moving back north. Thanks. So you're getting a new side-by-side, but you also get to ride in a side-by-side. We re-referenced this last podcast, but now it's getting close. So
That's actually the reason I'm not going Saturday to get it, is because my truck is just running the miles this week. I'm
borrowing it next weekend.
Holy cow, my poor truck. No, this weekend
You gonna change the oil? I noticed the light was on.
Yes, it needs it. It sure needs it. I will change it this weekend.
No, you won't. You won't be here.
No, I mean Friday night.
Oh,
I'll change
okay.
it. So I'm going to, it's basically in the St. Louis area, just north of there, to the Midwest Side-by-Side Series, and I'm riding shotgun with Steve Mueller. So he invited me over there.
Now, we talked about that part of it, but what I want to know, is Steve hey, give me some input, give me some feedback, or is he a shut up, I'm driving kind of guy? Do you know?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to say something until he tells me to shut up, and then I'll stop talking. I'm told I'm DJing because he likes to listen to music while he drives.
Oh, nice.
So
lots of Celine Dion and Justin Bieber.
It's all Spice Girls mix. And Alanis Morissette.
Hey, I got you to go over to Spotify Premium, so you've got the world at your fingertips.
Yep.
And if you take all the country music out, we've got a pretty good mix for the race.
Yeah, it's not bad for that. So, no, but I'm doing that. That'll be a hoot. I'm really looking forward to that. The only bad thing is Steve said, like, it's a swamp right now over there. They've gotten rain upon rain, and they're supposed to get rain Thursday and Friday. I guess Saturday is supposed to be okay. He said, and they talked about a creek crossing, and I said, so they're driving through the parking lot?
You mean river crossing at this point?
Yeah, it's going to be a wet one. So,
do you know what the format is? Is it hour plus a lap, or?
I believe they are an hour plus a lap.
Okay,
it's really similar to Midwest.
End of the day, because you don't want to destroy the track first thing in the day with side-by-sides, that kind of stuff.
They don't do anything but side-by-sides.
Oh, what series is it?
Midwest side-by-side.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was another Illinois series. Okay.
No. So yeah, all they do is side-by-sides. So yeah, it'll be good. And the thing that they do, Midwest side-by-side, that I really do like, is they do a parade lap before.
Oh, nice.
So you actually get to go out there and you drive slowly behind, I would assume, a chase vehicle or something. But slowly anyway, on the track, and you get to see what it's like right then. Because other side-by-sides have run on it, and where have they torn it up? You know, all this and that.
That makes a ton of sense.
Oh, yeah. And they have payouts for side-by-sides that are pretty good. I mean, it's a good series. It's a new series, so I'm going to kind of plug it. It's a friend of Steve's, actually, and we don't stand to make anything from this, but... if you guys are looking for a place to race,
when have we made money on any of this?
Good point. But we're not getting a kickback or anything.
We're not changing the trend.
I'm not even getting in for free at the race. I'm paying to get in and everything else. So
fair enough.
But if you guys are looking for a place to race, these guys are ones to check out because they give you a wide enough course from what I've heard from several people. Their payouts are good. They do the parade lap thing, and they really are catering only to side-by-sides. That's all they do. So the course is built right for a side-by-side. It's not like, oh, it's a quad track, and yeah, we'll let you run on it too, side-by-sides. So it's worth checking out.
Sounds like it.
Yep. So I'm really looking forward to that. I will be driving over there Saturday morning and doing that. Come home Saturday night. Then, like I said, miles and miles on the truck. Then I go to Tennessee Monday, and I'm going to Tennessee and back the same day.
So that's going to be, about 10, 11 hours of just driving?
Yep, it's 5 hours each way.
At least if I go, I can, yes. I mean, not that you're incapable of doing it. We both have done stuff like that time and time again, but you won't have to.
Yeah. Yep, you can drive if you want. So maybe I'll sit in my side-by-side and make motor noises down the highway.
On the way back. That would be so awesome.
With my goggles on.
I just picture you like is it the goofy kid from, is it Christmas Story?
Yeah.
Where he's got like the aviator hat and the big
little
goggles.
I was thinking my
Perfect.
roll-offs, but whatever.
Oh, yeah, that'd probably be better.
Yeah.
But that's the picture I had in my head, and it's the one I'm rolling with now.
With the little ears flapping in the aviator helmet thing.
Perfect.
Yep. So, no, it'll be a busy next, basically 7 days. It's gonna be nothing but running, and then
And then April, which gets even worse because the
Gosh,
first
yeah.
weekend in April is, well, that's Easter. That's the weekend I'm gone
Yep.
because the first is Sunday, I think.
Yes,
And
it
then
is.
the next weekend is Emerson's Ride up there.
Up in Harrison, Michigan. Harrison Power Sports is having a ride up there. So if you guys are up in that area, anywhere around Michigan, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good ride. About 75 miles is what they're saying.
That's a healthy ride.
Yeah. Now, it's not... See, for me, I'm thinking 75 miles. I'm like, good gravy, that's going to be tough because I'm thinking the West Virginia train. And then I was talking to him, and he's like, no, a lot of this is, snowmobile trails or widened snowmobile trails that fit side-by-sides. So they're going to be clipping along. He said most of it will be 35, 40 mile an hour, and then there'll be some areas to really open it up and let it stretch out.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's going to be...
Yeah, because 75 miles of outlaw trails would be a day.
Oh, yeah, we would do 60, and you were pretty well beat by the
Yeah.
end of it. I mean, because you're crawling at 10 mile an hour. I mean, we'd leave at 8 a.m., 7 or 8 a.m., and wouldn't get back. I mean, it'd be 12 hours, basically. Do about 12 hours.
So you basically are going to have enough time to get your UTV back, kind of get familiar with it,
And
then take it up north.
Yep. That's
So we got that. Then the following weekend's an MWXC race.
Yep.
And the weekend after that, I am heading up north because we have a ton of April birthdays.
Yep.
So we're just going to run the gamut on birthdays. And then the weekend after that is another MWXC race. And I think the weekend after that is Mother's Day or something.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
stacked. We're busy.
There it is. It's
So,
exciting, though.
it is.
Not going to be bored.
Yep. In those times in between when you're heading up north and whatnot, I'll try and work on my side-by-side.
Maybe.
Do things to it.
I might try and get that old beater Ford I'm working on out of your way at some point, too.
Yeah, Doug's got a truck in the Eminent Performance shop there that he's taken on as his personal project, and it's
Because I'm crazy.
it's kind of in my way.
It'll be fun when it's done.
No, it'll be but it's in the way.
It is in the way. It is right smack in the way. We need a bigger barn already.
Your house stuff is still in there. If that wasn't in there, it wouldn't be as big of a problem.
I'm slowly but surely.
You are. I will give you that.
That's going to get accelerated really quick because we've got a battle plan now to get
Yeah.
the rest of the barn cleaned out and get junk out of the way.
Yep, agreed.
Then we got to get your fridge. So we've got a fridge now.
Well, that was for us in the shop.
I know, but that's what I'm saying is we need to decorate that thing. It's just a white Whirlpool fridge.
Oh, it is.
So it needs stickers.
So, okay, we'll reach out to all you guys. I don't know how many of you guys actually have your own stickers. Doug and I, many of you saw if you're on the TGM page, when we went to the PRI show, we collected bags of stickers. Ridiculous amounts of stickers.
Oh, yeah.
So here is our call to all of you. If you have stickers, not used ones, I don't want to try and stick them on a fridge or whatever after they've already been peeled. But if you have stickers, get a hold of us. We'll get you an address. If I need to pay for the shipping, I'll pay for the shipping, whatever. Or if you want to just send them to us, we'll get you the address and send us the stickers, and we'll stick them all. We'll just plaster that fridge up with.
And we'll
stickers.
make sure that we're going to probably get back to recording this in the pole barn once the weather turns decent.
Yeah.
And one of the projects is to get that insulated and ready to go for this winter so we can just stay out there.
It was cold.
It was really ridiculously cold. But we'll make sure that the fridge is in the background. So when we shoot the podcast, your sticker or whatever you're trying to represent will be on there.
Yep. And we'll do some like closer up pictures of all the stickers so everybody can see them, and we'll go through all thanking of everybody that sends them and all that fun stuff.
Dude, king of the segues today.
Oh yeah?
That's me. Look at that. I got the fridge in there, and
did?
we're rolling through.
We are. We're going right there. Where are we going now? I don't know where we're going with
Because
the
we've
refrigerator.
exhausted the list. Well, that
No,
was one of the
there's-
other things I wanted to touch on was kind of listener feedback as we're getting close to that original 30 episodes, and we're now weekly, we're now hourly. Is the format working for you all? I mean, we're getting a couple feedback from people here and there, but we've also kind of hit a little bit of a stagnant growth plateau. So if we could get more feedback, honestly, I'd just like to know what you guys think of the format. Are we doing this too often? Do we have enough content that we're being interesting for the time? And just general musings about the show. I'd love to get more from you guys in terms of what you'd like to see. And if you've introduced the show to other people and they've absolutely hated it, I don't know that we can fix that, but
I'd like to know.
It would be, it'd be interesting to know what they hated about it. If they just hate us, that's fine. I mean, we can't really fix that.
I'm hated by most everyone who knows me.
Including, I'll stop short of that.
My wife? Is that where you're going?
No, I was going to say me, but...
Oh, okay. At points. Yeah, I can see that.
Never hated. Maybe despised, but never hated. But no, seriously, give us some feedback on Facebook or YouTube or wherever, and just let us know how we're doing. We're, like I said, I'd like to see the numbers keep growing to make me think that this is worthwhile to keep doing. It does seem interesting, some of the metrics we can track. The people who listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times what you'll see is people will listen to 20 or 30 minutes and bail. And so it looks like, oh, we've got new listeners. But it seems like the people we have are pretty hardcore.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think the comments I got about it not being on Friday, like they were used to, like there's in their mind, their mind is used to the schedule that we come out on Friday and they listen on Fridays. Now it's changed, and people are like, "What happened?"
I wonder if this will help, though, because the popular podcast day is supposed to be Tuesday, and video releases and all that. I wonder if it will actually,
help us.
Instead of a dozen people, maybe we'll have 14.
Yeah.
How about that?
What do you know? Could happen.
So, anyways, feedback greatly appreciated, and to all the loyal listeners we've had so far. Thanks for making, 25 episodes really enjoyable, because even when I don't feel like doing this because I've got a million other things, I always end up enjoying producing it. And, afterwards, it's kind of like exercising, or so I hear. You're always glad.
I don't like exercising.
You're always glad after you did it. I don't know. That's what people who exercise tell me.
Yeah.
But this is kind of the same thing. On the days I don't feel like doing this, I always end up by the end of it really glad that we did. And the feedback just makes it worthwhile to know that we're bringing a little glimmer of light into your otherwise dark existence.
Come laugh at the two jokers.
Laugh at their faces. Whatever makes you laugh, that works.
I'm good with it. Whatever.
So, do you have trivia?
I do. When do I not have trivia for you?
I'm hoping one day you'll say no.
I didn't copy it.
I'm just kidding. I actually really enjoy it. But I did get blasted by Robert Higbee.
Yeah, because you guessed the wrong...
No, I got the number right. I just guessed the wrong states. So bordering on Mexico, it is California, Arizona, Texas, and New Mexico. And I couldn't think of New Mexico for some reason.
Yeah.
It's amazing how fast your brain goes away when you're sitting behind a microphone and trying to fill time and keep things moving. You can't just sit there and go,
I was chatting with Steve, again, Mueller, and what do you know? And I was telling him, I said, the strange thing is, you and I, when we're like not having the microphones in front of us, we talk the exact same way.
Pretty much, yeah.
Constantly like joking back and forth and just going on. That's why this comes naturally, I guess. We just do it all the time.
Pretty much we're just recording like a normal session. If we were sitting around just after work, I stopped by for an hour.
Yeah.
This would be just about it.
Yeah, we could just record the same thing. So
Robert, I'm sorry. I do realize that Nevada is actually above Arizona and does not border on Mexico. I just brain fart, but it got me to where I needed, which was 4 states.
Even though you had them wrong, so whatever.
I only had one wrong.
Okay. You ready for your trivia?
Make it happen.
Okay. Number 1. Name the film with the line, and this is where the quote starts. How would you like to spend the next several nights wondering if your crazy, out of work bum uncle will shave your head while you sleep? See you in the car.
Uncle Buck.
There you go. I didn't know if you'd get that one. I didn't know if you were an Uncle Buck fan.
That is one of the best movies of all time.
Yep. John Candy. Great.
Yeah.
He was great. That was
when he thinks somebody's taking advantage of his niece.
Yeah.
And so he's knocking on the door, and the guy's like, "Hey, leave us alone." And you can't see the girl. Like, they deliberately shoot it so you don't know if you assume it's her.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you just see the drill bit come through the door. And he finally breaks in, and it's two totally different people. And he's like, "Sorry," holds up the drill, and walks back out again.
I like when he's making the giant pancake with a snow shovel. If you haven't seen the movie, you have no idea what we're cackling about here.
Or when he finds the guy that actually is like kind of taking advantage of his niece, and he hits him in the back of the head as he's running away with a golf ball.
Yes.
Smack. Ah, man, you're crazy. You better not do that again. And then you see him drop another golf ball. No, if you have not seen Uncle Buck, go watch it.
Go watch it.
Seriously,
yep.
great movie.
Good movie. Okay, question number 2. Question number 2. What is the name of the talking pug in the movie Men in Black?
Oh, shoot. Is it? I want to say it's Nestor.
Nope. Frank.
Ah, yes.
Nestor.
I don't know. There's somebody in the movie named Nestor. I'm positive of that. It's just not the pug. Frank, you're right.
Frank. Okay. Wrong. No internet point.
Crap.
In radio, what does AM stand for?
Amplitude modulation.
There you go. I knew you'd get that one right. As soon as
if I didn't, I think the FCC would come take my ham license. No.
And you're done, sir. No, you turn that in now. Okay, doing good. Question number 4. What is the heaviest internal organ in the human body?
Internal?
Yes.
Okay, my first thought is brain. I'm going to go with brain.
You're going wrong. It's the liver.
Maybe mine is. I don't know about yours.
Mine's the lightest.
The liver is that heavy?
Yeah, I guess so. It's pretty dense.
I don't know. I've tried to do some things to mine.
Alcohol only thins the blood, not the whole organ. It's
No. It cirrhosis of the liver, dude. That's when you kill it off.
Well, I guess naturally it's the heaviest. I don't know about diseased ones.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. Question number 5. The average American will eat 35,000 of what in a lifetime?
I'm going to go with insects.
Cookies.
Okay. I thought this was one of those trick ones
Chad's devious mind has come up with something.
Well, yeah,
that's strange.
every chocolate bar has 2 bug parts in it or something like that. All the stuff out there about how many, you eat 5 spiders a week while you sleep or whatever it is. All those kind of things.
I thought it was a year.
I don't know, whatever.
A week. Man, you got spider problem at your house.
Maybe I do. I live in the country now.
I don't eat breakfast anymore.
My buddy Fuzzy is freaking out right now. I can hear it.
Oh, he hates spiders with an unbridled passion. It's hilarious. And every time I find some hilarious spider thing, I send it to him. And I'm sure he hates me.
There's an episode of this show. I'm like, you've got to watch this. And so they have this freak out moment about, she's freaking out about bugs laying eggs in her ear while she sleeps. So she starts sleeping with pantyhose over her head, like bank robbery style. And I was like, you eat so many spiders a year. And he's like, shut up. It's hitting too close to home. Okay, so it wasn't a trick question. Cookies, nope. I can see
cookies.
Wait, how many?
35,000. Cookie in a lifetime. Not in a year. No.
Okay,
I said in a lifetime.
I know. I went back to
in a year.
In a year, I was like, how is that possible?
Dude, have you seen how fat many Americans are?
Dude, that'd be 100 cookies a day.
No. They're little cookies.
Okay, next
Does
one.
an Oreo count as 2 cookies because there's a top and bottom?
No, because they refer to it as a sandwich cookie.
Well, yeah, but I could count that as 2 cookies.
You could.
Anyway, no, it's in a lifetime, so.
Okay, fair enough.
What popular children's book did Forrest Gump keep in his briefcase?
Man, I haven't seen that movie in a decade.
Yeah.
Curious George?
Yes, it was. Sweet. Look at that. All right. Question number 7. How many stitches are there on an official baseball used in Major League Baseball?
I used to know this, but I'm blanking.
You're not even going to guess?
168.
108.
I knew, I knew the 8 sounded right, and I knew there was 100 something. So,
Yeah.
oh wait, there's 168 games in a season. That's probably where I was.
That's where you got that.
108. All right.
108.
I did a research project for we had to do a physics project in high school, so I picked physics of baseball.
Wait, you did those?
Yes, I actually did homework. I went to the kind of school where you had to.
Oh, yeah, you went to a private school.
Yeah, I didn't really have much choice.
They actually cared there, I guess.
But I actually did a physics project based around baseball. It was kind of interesting. So I had all those stats. But how long ago was high school? 20 some odd year? I don't know. A long time ago.
I blocked it out.
Yeah. All I know is they throw it.
Yeah. What is the name of the Cheetos cheetah? Like the...
Chester.
Yes, he is. Chester Cheetah. Okay, question number 9. Who lost part of his ear to the teeth of Mike Tyson in 1997?
Evander Holyfield.
Yes, he did.
You remember that big match?
Oh, yes. That was...
Well, he bit him twice in the same match. Like the first time they broke it up, and then the second time he got a piece.
Yeah. Oh, man. I was watching that one live. I remember that.
Yeah. What a mess. Well, Tyson was so out of shape. Like, he was not ready for that fight.
He was not the Tyson of years past.
No, that's we've talked about it before, but what a sad story of somebody who really, if he had the right people in his life, he was a troubled person.
Yeah.
But if he had the right people in his life
to keep
like
him
he
on
did
track
early in his career, he would have been fine. But he ended up with Don King and promoters and just all these other idiots. And yeah, what a waste.
Yep. Okay, question number 10. Oh, my phone went to sleep. Stop it, phone. Which is heavier, a baseball or a softball?
Man, they're so close. I wouldn't know unless I picked them both up. I think a baseball's actually... No, I'll go softball. Just bigger.
You are correct. It is a softball. That one's a 50-50 shot.
Because they're not soft at all.
No, they're not.
I was thinking, well, they're kind of light for their... Like, they look... When you pick one up...
They look light, but they feel light.
They feel light compared to their overall diameter, but...
Yeah.
Ha!
Yep.
Dude, I was playing softball one time, and it was like an honest-to-goodness old leather-covered one.
Yeah.
And it was old, so all the coating had kind of come off, so it was just raw leather, and it was raining. That ball had to weigh like 8 pounds by the end of the game. I mean, you hit it with an aluminum bat, and your like shoulders hurt.
It's like shot put, throwing it to first base.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you could hit it as hard as you want. It would like roll into the infield. I mean, yeah, that one weighed a lot more than baseball. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
So we were talking this week, and
these stories, I swear I don't make these up. These are all true, and they sound ridiculous even when I...
And so even the subject matter, how we were...
I don't know
why
how
we were talking
tornadoes.
About... Yeah, we were talking about tornadoes. I know that, but I can't for the life of me remember what. Oh, tornado drill day.
Yeah. So here in Indiana, they had statewide tornado drills. I work at a college, and there was students in the building where I was, and there was this girl who was flipping out because she thought it was real, and she was absolutely terrified of tornadoes, and she was basically like trying to run down the stairs screaming.
During a drill.
Yeah. And like me and another guy that worked, we worked together, both turned her and said, "It's just a drill." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm just terrified of tornadoes." I'm like...
So we're talking about tornadoes, and Chad's been through some tornado. I've been through one. I mean, I was trying to avoid one by getting to where I was going before the storm was going to come through, and I was underneath a bridge, and it went by. I was at a stoplight. It went by right in front of me. I mean, I watched the thing go by.
Yeah.
So it didn't scare me. Actually, I kind of wanted to get out and like take a picture, which is probably the wrong reaction. But
yeah.
So we're talking about tornadoes, and Chad says, "Yeah, they don't scare me either. I was out beating a dog with a dead rooster during one."
This is a true story, all of this.
We're typing back and forth, and there's a pause as I have my hands hovering over the keyboard going, "What?" So now you have to tell that story.
And Doug's like, "How have you not told me about this in the past?"
We've got enough history. I feel like this should have
come up regularly. I don't know. So
now you have to enlighten me. A lot of these stories I've heard, this is one I have definitely not, because I probably would have remembered that.
Yeah. So I'm sure I'm eventually going to run out of stories, but I haven't yet.
No, you will not.
Okay.
I've known you long enough.
So
we're still adding.
It's basically just a giant pole barn. I was the only one home, and yes, bad weather was coming. So most of you guys know, like, animals kind of go loopy when bad weather's coming in.
Yes.
It just happens, whatever. So my sister's dog was hanging around the body shop. Not an uncommon thing. Really nice dog, like, wouldn't hurt a soul.
Is this one still alive?
Yeah, it's Addie.
Okay, I thought so.
This dog is like, a normal gold lab that, stands, a couple feet tall, but this one's really fat and is like 2.5 feet wide.
Yeah.
It's like a table walking around with legs.
Pretty much.
Happiest dog ever, though. Really nice. So anyway, the dog's hanging around there, and my brother has this rooster, and its name was Chico. Yes, it was Chico. I was trying to remember because it's been a long time. And dude, this rooster was awesome. Like, you could, if you bend down and just put your hand down on the ground, it'd run up and it'd sit on your hand. You put your hand up to your shoulder, he'd sit on your shoulder. You could ride four-wheelers around, he'd just ride on your shoulder the whole time.
Wow.
Like, he knew his name. You could call him. Like, not a mean rooster. A great
like the
rooster.
one smart chicken ever.
Yeah, it was an amazing rooster. So we all liked this rooster because you could call it. I mean, it was like this oddity of a rooster that was actually intelligent.
Yeah, it was actually a pet.
Yeah. So this bad weather's coming, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to stay in the pole barn. It's built strong enough. I'm not worried about it. Well, I'm looking out the door because I'm trying to see this tornado coming, and it was a tornado. And right as the tornado is going on, I see my sister's dog running after this rooster because they're both outside. We didn't keep either of them in. And all of a sudden, the dog catches the rooster, and it like bites down and kills it. So I'm just pissed at this point.
Did he do the whole like shake it by the neck thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he killed it. So I run out there and I grab the dog by the back of the neck, by the scruff of the neck on the back, and I pick the dog up, and then she drops a rooster. So then I pick up the rooster and I'm like, what did you do? I start beating the dog with the rooster, and it's like storming, and tornado is just right there, and I'm beating the dog with a dead rooster in the middle of a tornado. I mean, and then I finally stopped and thought, okay, deal with this later. Going back inside now. But that is a title of a story that I can promise you none of you will ever hear again from anybody else, that someone is beating a dog with a dead rooster in a tornado. So that is my story on that.
Normally, when you tell me things, I don't pause. I just go, okay, I'll just roll with it. This was one that literally, again, I was sitting there and I can picture it in my head. I had my hands hovering above the keyboard thinking, I'm not sure what to type on this point.
Was that a typo?
Like,
did he do like voice to text and it seriously messed it up?
Somehow it figured out beating a dog with a dead rooster. So yeah, I think I typed back, how did that actually happen and how have you not told me? And there it is.
It did happen.
In fact, I didn't want you to tell me because I wanted to save it for the show. So you all got to experience that alongside me.
Sorry, my phone is ringing. So yeah, that's what happened.
I don't think we can top that. I think we should just end.
Okay, I think we should. It's probably better. We might be slightly short on time, but we'll be fine.
Oh, no. By the time you pan this all out, we'll be right at that tasty hour mark that everyone seems to like.
Yep.
Well, thank you once again to all of our sponsors. You can find us on the internet at eminentperformance.com, on Facebook /Eminent Racing, on Instagram at Eminent Racing. And you can get the podcast on YouTube, Google Play, iTunes, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. I think those are the major venues.
Yep.
We've got another one that wants me to pay for. I'm like, no, we're getting all these other ones free. Why would I pay? That seems stupid. And it's some outlet I've never heard of before, too. So,
did you say YouTube?
I did say YouTube.
Okay. Yep.
So that's done. And our sponsors, of course, we want to thank first and foremost, as always, because they are the reason you can hear this.
Yep.
Watch Communications. If you need internet access or web hosting, go look them up. They can hook you up if you live in the area. And if you got web hosting, they can hook you up anywhere. UTV-doors.com, TGM Off-Road. Who else we got?
UTV Engineering. Their main presence is on Facebook. They do a lot of clutching work, and Harrison Power Sports up there in Harrison, Michigan.
That we're doing the ride with here shortly. Yeah. Thank guys, really, honestly, we cannot express enough. Your support means a ton, and we really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to live us. Don't forget to live with us. You are kind of living with us.
You're stuck with us, I'm sorry.
But you cannot come live in my house. I'm sorry. Don't forget to leave us ratings on iTunes or Google Play or YouTube, wherever you listen. Please leave us some feedback as well. Chad's on Facebook all the time because he's a junkie, so that's a really good way to get a hold of us.
Maybe.
And just give us some feedback. We want to keep cranking these out. If you guys are still enjoying it, and if your suggestion doesn't mesh with what we want to do, we'll ignore it. So
whatever.
There's that. Yeah. But regardless of where or how you get this or what you think of it, thanks for riding along with us.
Thanks, guys.
Tired of going down, tired of myself, tired of this town.